name is Fundamental Rights, Fundamental Duties and Directive Principles of State Policy. Yes children, now moving towards the topic of this chapter, first is introduction. Yes, going through the part of introduction, in our previous chapter, 8th chapter, we have studied about what was Constitution, what were the basic features of Constitution, what was Preamble, what was basic feature of Preamble. We have studied about pillars of Preamble, which were democracy, socialism and secularism. After pillars, we have studied about basic features of Constitution, in which we have seen about 14 features of a Constitution. So moving apart after this chapter, in our next week's this 9th chapter, we will study about fundamental duties, fundamental rights of a citizen and its directive state policies. So children, in this chapter we will study about, as in previous chapter we have seen many of the fundamental duties. So I have told you that in detail explanation we will study in our next chapter. So children, we will study this topic in our this chapter, that what are the fundamental duties of any citizen, what are the fundamental rights of any citizen and what are the directive principles of its state policy. So after introduction part, next topic in your chapter is human rights. Children, we will see afterwards what is human right. But children, what is human right? Human right means direct. Human rights is a right which is not given to a particular person, but it is a right which is given to all the persons living in the country for the social development of the country. As we all know that India is a democratic country, so every person living in India has, without any discrimination of religion, caste, creed, region, place of residence, without any discrimination, a person can do anything. A person has all its rights, all its duties. Now children, human rights means a person has his own right, he or she has his own right, which are the basic rights which are known as human rights. And these human rights which are a part of the constitution, which are mentioned in the constitution, are known as fundamental rights. Now we will study in our video what is human right. So moving towards our chapter. So you can see on the screen, human rights are those rights which not only given to a person his or her own basic existence, but also for overall development in which society helps to construct an environment which enables him or her to grow. Yes children, in this sentence what it is explained, that what are human rights? Human rights are those rights, it is in this sentence it is given that it is not given to a particular person, but it is given to all the person who are living in our country. For what? For overall development of that country. Because if there will be overall development in the society, in our country, so that if it will be beneficial to our country in the future to move to a developed country. As we know that India is an underdeveloped country, but in future, if all this rights which is given to a person, which will be a better development of a country. Next, in every democratic country, the citizens are conferred with basic rights. Yes, conferred with basic rights means every citizen in India are provided with his basic rights. All the citizens in India are not given a particular right, but all the citizens are given the same rights. If it is a poor, it is a rich, all are given the same rights to live. Next, rights. Yes, the rights which are given here you can see. A person is not discriminated, the right to life, the right to development, the right to safety, the right to express their views. Yes children, in this it is written that a person is India is as we know, our country is a democratic country, the right to life. Means everyone has its own right to live, the right to development. If there will be proper human rights, there will be completely a development in the economy. Right to safety, right to express their own views. Everyone living in the country has their own right to express his or her opinion on the topic. Yes children, these rights we will discuss it in the detail in our fundamental rights, which will be included in the topics. A person is not discriminated on the basis of caste, can experience the basic right. The protection of these rights are assured by society and nation as well. Yes, in this sentence it is explained that human rights are the rights which are not been discriminated on the basis of the caste, that it is not discriminated that a particular caste has only the right. No, it is not like that. The person living in the country, all the caste have the same right. Next, can experience the basic rights. The protection of this right are assured by the society and nation as well. Means the right which are given, it is included for the all. Not it is on the discriminated on the basis of the caste, or not it is the discriminated on the basis of the religion, on the basis of the skin, on the basis of the resident which the people are living. So it is protection, it is for the protection of all the society and for all the nation. Yes, the person by his birth owns right which are his or her basic rights, which are known as human rights. Very important line, underline. What is a human right? It can be asked in 1 mark. The human rights are the rights. You can see on the screen what the definition of human right has been given. The person by his birth means the person when he or she is being born has its own rights. From the birth only he has its own rights, which are his or her basic rights, which are his or her own rights, which are known as human rights. Means a person when it is he or she is born has from the birth only has its own right, basic rights which he or she can be dignified, is known as human rights. Means every person living in the country had the same rights. A person Next, very important, underline. United Nations General Assembly has declared human rights on 10th December 1948, and 10 December is celebrated at Human Rights Day. Yes, this you can see UN. UN means United Nations General Assembly. This assembly was been conducted and has declared human rights when it has been declared human rights on 10 December, underline 1948. And thereafter this General Assembly of United Nations, the 10th December is celebrated at Human Rights Day. So from this day, 10 December is celebrated as Human Rights Day. You can see 10 December is celebrated as Human Rights Day. From the global announcement of human rights, certain basic and important human rights are added in the Constitution of India. Yes, from this, there are many rights which you can see afterwards, which are added in the Constitution of India, and these rights are also been protected. And these certain rights which are being included are known as our fundamental rights. The rights which are included in human rights are known as fundamental rights. You can see what are human rights: right to life, right to development, the right to safety, and right to express his or her own views. Means everyone living in the society has its own right to live, to development, to society, to safety, and to express his or her own view. From the global announcement of human rights, certain basic and important human rights are added in Constitution, as we have seen, and therefore these rights are being protected in a dignified way. And these rights, underline this, those human rights which are included by the Constitution of India are known as fundamental rights, underline. Yes, now these human rights which are included in our Constitution of India. Yes children, what we have seen that in 8th chapter, what was the Constitution? A Constitution was a systematic collection of design, govern a country's administration and management, which we have seen it was a Constitution. So this human rights which are included in our Constitution is known as fundamental rights. These human rights proclaim the human beings to live in a dignified way. So from these human rights, you can live your dignified, your own way. For the existence of human being, the basic needs food, clothes, shelter, education and health should be received in a dignified and respectable way. Yes children, as we can say that हमें जीने के लिए रोटी, कपड़ा और मकान की जरूरत है. Same way. Now, for existence of human being in this world, our basic necessities should be satisfied. So, what should be our basic necessity? Our basic necessities should be food, clothes, shelter, education and health. This should be our basic facility. So these topics are also included in our rights, should be received in a dignified. So this all the basic needs should be received to each and every person which are living in our country, so that our social development of country can be there. So it should be received in a dignified and respectable way. You can see food, clothes, shelter, education, health. All these are our basic needs, which each and every particular person needs in his own life. Democratic country allows its citizen to enjoy equal rights for multifaceted development. Yes, as we know that India is a democratic country, so every citizen has its own equal rights to enjoy this right for multifaceted development, means for the development of the country. The state guarantees such a conducive environment wherein one has protection of fundamental rights, a true identity of democratic system. Yes, it states that every country should have its own fundamental rights, which is a true identity of our democratic country. So children, after seeing our introduction part in human rights, we will move towards our next topic, which is most important topic, which is fundamental rights. Fundamental rights, which is our most important topic. Yes students, you can see on the screen you have your 6 fundamental rights. But before going through this fundamental rights, as we have seen in the previous chapter our basic structure which we have studied, and what happened, it is not possible until all this basic structure, if they are formed, it is not possible until the fundamental rights are given without any discrimination, without any caste, and after the long time people wanted to live without the fear. Everyone wants freedom of religion, everyone wants freedom of right and right to educate, welfare of the people should be there in the society. In this way, the fundamental rights are important to preserve the human dignity. So to preserve the human dignity, these fundamental rights are there. So children, mainly I can say that what is fundamental rights? So fundamental rights are basic and essential conditions to progress in life and lead a decent life in the society. As these rights are the basic in nature, they have been included in the Constitution to ensure that every Constitution gets it. And these are our fundamental rights. No one can deny these fundamental rights. So children, now we will move towards our fundamental rights. You can see on the screen, note down, there are total 6 fundamental rights. First is right to equality. Second is right to freedom. Third is right against exploitation. Fourth is right to freedom of religion. Fifth is cultural and educational right. Sixth is right to constitution remedies. So children, you can see we have total 6 fundamental rights, which we have already only discussed the points in our previous chapter, chapter 8. Now we will discuss this following 6 rights in a detailed explanation, that what are our fundamental right to lead a society for a social development in the society. Yes, you can see on the screen the rights are being given. So these 6 were our rights. Yes children, moving to our first right, which is right to equality. Now children, what is right to equality? After moving towards this, I will explain a short explanation that what is right to equality. Yes, children. All the persons are equal before the law. Yes, before the law, we know that all the persons living in our country are equal. This means that all the persons should have been equally protected by the laws of the country, as we all should be equally protected. It all states that no citizen can be discriminated against on the basis of the religion, caste. Yes, on the basis of the religion, caste, we could not be discriminated, and every person has access to all the public places, including playground, hostels, shop, etc. We all have equal opportunity to be included in all the public places such as playgrounds, and the state cannot discriminate against anyone in matter of employment. Everyone has the equal opportunity of the employment without any discrimination, but there are many exemptions to this. We will study in the detail. The practice of untouchability has also been abolished in right to equality. So this was the short explanation. Now moving towards our screen. Equality before law and equal protection of law are included in right to equality. Underline. What 2 points are included? Equality before law means all the persons are equal before the law, and equal protection of law means all the persons are given the equal protection to each and everyone living in the society. This was the meaning of right to equality. This fundamental right is the major foundation of all other rights and privileges guaranteed to Indian citizens. In each and every circumstances, the law should prevail equally. Means in any circumstances, the person living in the country should have equally law. There should be no discrimination or specific favoritism shown to any particular person or class. Yes, it is very important that no discrimination, whether a person is rich or poor, whether the family is from the rich in the employment purpose or in any other purpose, there should not be any of the discrimination to a particular class of a people or to a particular person. Every law should be equally disseminated. Means every law should be given equally. Every person shall have equal admittance to public places like shops, restaurants, we have seen, hotels, public entertainment places, have equal access to the roads and lakes and use of public wells and bathing guards. Means each and everyone living in the society, each and everyone has the same law, have the equal admittance, means equal laws, equal opportunity to use the public places like shops, restaurant, hotels, public entertainment places. Means it is not reserved for a specific class. It has been there for each and every people living in the society. You can see the roads, lakes, public wells, bathing guards, which are equally for all. The state has the right to make any special arrangement for women and children. Yes, the state has, and we can see that there are many arrangements which are given to the women for the social development of the country. There are many arrangement for the children, like we can say the education, like scholarship to the children, like free education, we can say. In free education, books are also given free, at least uniform are also given free to the children. So many are the arrangements for the women and the children. Or for the development of any social or educational backward class or scheduled class, caste or scheduled tribes. Yes, we have seen in our previous chapter that well development of scheduled caste was also been there in right to equality. Means development of all this scheduled caste, scheduled tribes should be there. No citizen shall be discriminated on the basis of race, on the basis of caste, on the basis of religion, on the basis of creed, descent, or the place of the birth, his place of residence in respect of any government services and higher education under the state. Now, what this line suggests that as we can take the example of employment. For example, I am going for the job. In that job, we should not be, no any citizen should be discriminated on his color, on his or her color, what religion I am having, from where I am coming, any discrimination should not be there. Without this discrimination, the higher education, the government services should be given under the state. In the matters of state public services, equal opportunities have to be offered to all the citizens. However, the state is given permission to make decisions regarding qualification for said services. Yes, the state is given the permission so that they can make the decision regarding the qualification of public services. As a guarantee to social justice and personal dignity, untouchability is abolished and its practice in the form of prohibited and a punishable offence. Yes, as we can see in the screen that untouchability has been going there. Now it is a law that if untouchability is being totally abolished, and if it is in the practice in form, it is prohibited and it is also been punishable. You can see on the screen, children. Now it is a punishable. If you will be doing untouchability, you will be punished. Title and epithets will create artificial discriminations in the society has been removed. Now totally discrimination has been removed. The adjective used before names like Sir, Divanji, Rai Bahadur are removed. After independence, the government, in order to felicitate special contribution and achievements of individual in various fields. Yes, you can see that Olympics are been there, many sports games are been there. If we talk about the sports, if we talk about the movies, you can see the many award ceremonies are there. We will see further means the person who are doing, the individual who is doing his achievement in a great way for the country, for them some achievement is to be given, to facilitate them some reward is to be given. You can see on the screen that for the movie you can see somewhat movies are on the right side, some left side the sports are being there. So if they are winning for their country and if the movie is being hit or the role is been good, we are seeing on the TV screen that awards are being given to them. So a special award been given to them, as we can see. So after this independence, what the government decided to give them special award. Yes, you can see the given special awards are been given to them like Bharat Ratna, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. You can see these awards are been given at the national level like Bharat Ratna, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Shri. You can see the Sachin Tendulkar. You can see all of this. They are getting the Padma Shri award. Paramavir Chakra is awarded in military services. If a person is doing his military services, what award is to be given? Paramavir Chakra award is to be given if the person is doing his military services. Adjectives like, yes, the things means the name before that military services, adjectives like general, major, chief marshal, field marshal are added before names in military services, which is not considered as violation of right to equality. Yes, you can see the aim of right is to form an equitable society and thereby establish the rule of law in the society. So what is the main aim of right of equality? The main aim of right of equality is to form an equitable society without any discrimination of anything. So we can establish a rule of law in India. To provide specific services to different types of group or class, there can be different types of provisions under law. And for this, many provisions are being framed. For example, there are different laws for advocate, doctors, teachers, insurance agency, women, juveniles. Yes, many different laws are for different people. The principle of equal pay for equal work is also a part of this article. Means the person which is doing his work, same net amount of money he or she should get. Means how much he is working, he or she is working, that type part of payment should he or she get. So this principle of equal pay for equal work is also a part of this article. So this was our right to equality. Now after right to equality, we will move towards our next fundamental rights, which is right to freedom. Yes, right to freedom is also most important, which can be asked individual in the 4 marks or 3 marks. Yes, so right to freedom, children, right to freedom, what it suggests means every person living here has equal freedom rights. Children, in this right to freedom, you have under category total 6 right. In right to freedom also there are total 6 types of freedom. Now what freedom are to be given? We will discuss. The Constitution of India provides the citizen of India 6 types of freedom, which are as under. So which are this right to freedom? First, freedom of speech and expression. Second, to assemble peacefully without arms. Third, to form association or unions. Fourth, to move freely throughout the territory to India. Fifth, to reside and settle in any part of territory of India. Sixth, to practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade or business. So this were the right to freedom. These were the 6 points which are included in right to freedom. You can see on the screen, children. Yes, these are the rights utmost importance for overall development of personality and expression of Indian citizens. Means these are the rights which are main. What they do? They are for the overall development of a personality and expressions to Indian citizens, for harmonious working of the democratic India and for the healthy life cycle. Any individual cannot exercise this freedom autonomously or irresponsibility. Yes, it is responsibility of all the citizens living in the India The state can control and limit this right to freedom if they go against the welfare, peace and security of the society. Yes, the state has the power to control if they go beyond the laws which go against the welfare, peace and security of the society. Indian citizens have been given the freedom of speech and expression. What does mean? That each and every person living in India has its own speech, means he or she has its freedom to speak anything, but it should not be against the country, it should not be against a particular person. He has right to speak anything, but it should not hurt anyone. This can be expressed either orally, verbally and through gestures, but that does not provide for exercising these rights in unlimited and unrestrained manner. Means we should speak, we should express our view in such a manner that it should not be against anyone, it should not be against the rights or law. So it was the right to speech. We should write, we should speak in such a way that it should not be against anything. Certain necessary control and limitations have been stated in the Constitution. You can see the unity and integrity of India, safety of the state, for amicable relation with foreign nations, public management and public peace, compromise and safety, morality, discipline, contempt of court, defamation, and provoking violence for crime. So these are certain control and limitations which are under the right to freedom. The state cannot put required control through law and order for maintaining the unity and integrity of India. Safety of the state should be there. For amicable relations means a strong relation between the foreign nations also should be there.